Pregame.com.
TNT Thursday night basketball. The LA Lakers, Boston Celtics. This is usually an epic battle with these teams, but both teams are still among the NBA top teams. But can you really say that they're the elite teams, Stephen?
Well, as long as, Bill Russell's blocking shots and Jerry West is hitting jumpers and Elgin Baylor. I'm sorry, Marco, wrong decade. Yes, let's fast forward this 40 years. Well, right now, the Lakers aren't, and the Celtics haven't been, although Boston is getting hot now. They've won 9 of their last 10. This really is kind of their final window. So I do think they have this year to try to do something with Garnett and Ray Allen and Pierce. He's up there in age too. So I still think Boston is good. They're dangerous, and Kobe is playing at a very high level for the Lakers. They still have that tall front line. They're still dangerous. Are these elite teams right now, getting near the first week of February? No, they're not in Miami, Chicago, Oklahoma City. They're not in that class. But will they be come playoff time? These are veteran teams that know how to peak at the right times. So I'll leave that question still open.
Well, I'm going to address the winning streak, and there's no question Boston, right now they're playing their best ball of the season. They've won 9 of their last 10. But I'm looking at those 10 games, Stephen, and I only see 3 wins out of the 9 that you even can call good teams. And I use that phrase loosely. They beat Orlando twice, and Orlando has been Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde this year. They have been really good on some games, and when they have been bad this year, they have been downright ugly.
True, but those were impressive wins against Orlando. Orlando really a revenge spot. They really wanted to win those games. But nobody plays defense as well on Orlando as Boston does. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, evident by the scores that Orlando put up in those games.
They really have Orlando's number on offense.
The other team that they beat in the streak that, to me, was probably the best team consistency-wise this year was Indiana. And Indiana's still a young team on the way up. Yeah. They're not there yet. Yeah. So I'm not sold on this Boston winning streak. Okay. Lakers, this is their 4th of a 6-game road trip. With that said, the start of this road trip, they start out 1-2. So they look bad, and we all know the Lakers they've been horrible on the road this year. They're not playing well this year on the road. So that's going to set things up for Boston. And I'm taking from you, I think you're leaning to Boston in this one.
Yes.
What I don't like is the Lakers in this road trip, they had a horrible scheduling to the start of this road trip. They played at Denver on February 3rd. They won at Denver, I'm sorry. Then they had to go the very next night to Utah, which the Lakers, we know they're a little bit of an older team and stuff, and they're not as deep, and that's key this year in the NBA with the scheduling. It's bad enough having to play back-to-back nights. They had to play back-to-back nights in the 2 altitude cities.
Killer.
So that's an absolute horrendous spot. Then after that, they had to turn around. They had the next day off, but they had to travel across country. So you went from back-to-back games in the altitude cities, then travel all the way to the East Coast, and they played Philadelphia. That was their 3rd game in 4 nights. Horrible spot for them. They come up 5 points short against Philadelphia. Now they've had 2 days rest before this game. So I think that you got to throw out what they've done so far on this road trip, because now they finally got to catch their breath. They're rested, they're acclimated to the time zone, and they're going to be ready for Boston, in my opinion.
Well, I think they'll be ready, Marco, but I don't think the spread is going to be that high here. You're not going to ask Boston to be covering that large of a margin. You can talk about the Lakers all you want. Bottom line is 3-9 straight up and against the spread on the road. They haven't done it on the road all year. I took a shot with them taking 4 against Philly in their last game. They lose by 5. Mm-hmm. They gave it a good effort. They're just not that good of a team right now, Marco. They're very, very weak at point guard. The Celtics are the healthiest they've been all season. Rondo, I believe this will be his third or fourth game back from that wrist injury. This is such a huge edge from Rondo in the Lakers point guard situation. The Lakers their bench isn't very good. They've got, they've got depth problems. The extra rest will help them. It's not a high altitude game or anything. But I just think Boston is peaking now. They're playing their best ball. The Lakers haven't done it yet on the road. Maybe they do it here. But I'm willing to lay a short number and play against them.
Well, we're projecting this line at Boston -2.5. Again, we're taping on Wednesday, so we don't have the official line for Thursday. But, this is your free pick. You're going with Boston. What do you have them winning by?
Well, I think, Marco, it'll be a close game. I think the Lakers will be motivated. Kobe's having a great year, and I think they'll keep it close, but I think Boston will stay a couple points ahead of them, and at the end they'll make some free throws. So I'm going to call it Boston by 6.
Well, this is your free pick. I'm not going to buck you here. I just think that this is going to be a better spot for the Lakers than they've had on the road. The fact that they're rested for this road game, and it is a TNT game. Kobe loves the cameras, and he's going to be on the national spotlight Thursday. I expect a big game out of Kobe. Now, I will say this. When Kobe has a big game, that doesn't always translate to a good thing for the Lakers. The Lakers are better when Kobe has a normal night of scoring. When Kobe goes off for 40, that means nobody else is involved in the offense, and it's not a balanced attack.
Agreed, and the teams in the NBA know that, and I think a lot of them, especially on the road, they alter their strategy where they key on the other Lakers, and they let Kobe get his points.
Well, it'll be an interesting game. There you have it. Steven has the Celtics. He's going old school, flashback to the 80s with the Celtics on the Garden.
I can go all the way back to the 60s with them. I remember as a little boy loving the Celtics with their fast break, Russell blocking shots, and Sam Jones banking one. And, I go way back with Boston.
Well, I'm Larry Bird and the Chief.
Oh, I certainly
Kevin
remember
McHale,
those guys, yeah.
But there you have it. Steven has Boston. I'm neutral right now on this one. We'll be back with one more video. We're going to go to a Friday night NBA game. Hey, be sure to check out pregamevideos.com. We'll have all the videos in one thread for you there. You can check them all out. We'll stop by, answer any questions you have, put up our show notes. And again, with these videos, when we're taping them in advance, if the lines come out a little, way off from what we projected, you can always ask us how we feel about with the adjusted line. So for Steven Over, I'm Marco D'Angelo. We'll be right back with Friday NBA action.